Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and today we're doing the Booklovers Tag. This one seems to have come from a blog post, which I will link down below, and then a couple of people have done it on YouTube, so feel free to do it if you also want to. It's been ages since I've done a tag, and I have this whole list of tags that I'm supposed to do, and just basically when I feel like doing a tag, I just pick from it. There are 10 questions, so let's get into them. The first one being, do you have a specific place for reading? I don't really have a specific place. I will kind of read anywhere as long as the conditions allow me to. I tend to read on my bed because my roommate takes over the couch, and really that's the only furniture we have. I also of course read in my bathtub, and I'll listen to audiobooks wherever I go, and I'll read in the break room. I'll read wherever I can, basically. Number 2 is bookmarks or random pieces of paper. I do have a lot of bookmarks. I try to use them, but if I pick up a book and I don't have a bookmark, a random piece of paper is perfectly adequate. That's what a bookmark is, after all. Number 3 is, can you stop anywhere or do you need to finish a chapter? And I prefer to finish at least a section so you can tell where you left off because there's a gap in the text, and it would be great if I could always end on a chapter, but I know that's not exactly practical, so I can stop anywhere. I just prefer to stop at least knowing where I was. Number 4 is, do you eat or drink while reading? Not always, but I do a lot of reading on my lunch break, so definitely then. In the tub I usually have a drink. Sometimes if I'm just reading I'll have a bowl of some form of snack. It really depends on what I'm eating or drinking, because if it's something very involved and I need my hands, that's when I switch over to an audiobook. Number 5 is music or TV while you're reading, and no. If there's a specific sound and I can make out what's going on with that sound, then it distracts me from the reading. So for example, if I'm sitting in a very quiet pub or cafe and I can hear the conversation of the people 2 tables over, I can't read there. But if it's a busier pub or cafe, I can definitely read because all of the sounds kind of blend together and they're just kind of a background hum. I suppose maybe I could read with classical music or something playing, but I would probably still get distracted. So I just like to have either no sounds or lots of sounds, but none of that in between where you can identify what the sounds are. Next is one book at a time or several, and I tend to have 2 or 3 going. Like I said, I read my audiobooks, so I'll generally have an audiobook and a physical book, and sometimes a second physical book, or sometimes a digital book that I'm working on my computer. It really depends. I try to keep it down to 2, but sometimes it's 3. Sometimes it's more than that. 7 is, do you prefer to read at home or elsewhere? And sometimes when I've been reading a lot at home, I just feel like I should get out of the house, you know, go see the sunshine, stretch my legs, what for, and I feel like I should go and sit in a cafe or a pub or wherever and read because I really love doing that. And then I think about how it costs money to just sit there and you have to like buy a drink or something, and sometimes I go and sometimes I don't. It depends on how happy my bank account is. Number 8 is read out loud or silently, and I'm definitely in the silently category. It tends to be that me and my roommate sit in the same room doing different things, and we're mutually both very quiet. So he'll have headphones on for whatever he's watching, be it hockey or the video game he's playing, or right now his obsession is Australian Survivor, and I'll be sitting there quietly reading my book. Also, when I try to read out loud, I get a little bit of that stage fright from cold reading, and I'm just not about it. I can do it, but I'd rather just read in my head. 9 is, do you read ahead or skip pages? And no, I don't do that unless I'm really, really not enjoying the book and I'm just kind of like, when does this chapter end? Why am I still here? I don't know. 3 more pages? I'll just stop here for now. That type of thing, but I never read to see what's happening in the future parts of the book. No. And number 10 is, do you write in your books? I don't personally write in my books, although it's always fun when somebody has a traveling book project and you're supposed to write in your books because it feels like this fun little conversation throughout time with other people. But as a rule, I don't write in my books. If there's something really profound that I want to make note of to make sure that I definitely don't ever forget it, I write it down on my phone. That being said, I'm not mad at people that write in their books. They're your books. You do you. Just please don't write in library books. So many people do this and it drives me bonkers. And there you have it. That is the Booklovers Tag. If you would also like to do this tag, go right ahead. Like I said, I was not technically tagged. Anybody can do it. It's a tag. You know how it goes. What answer on this list surprised you the most? Let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!